Now in this video we will be learning about what are the variables. Okay, so first of all let me tell you about what are the topics which we will be covering in this particular video. So let me just open up the terminal and I will write all those topics which we will be covering this particular video. So first of all we will cover variables. What are the variables? Then user defined variables, and next environment variables. Okay, so these are the topics which we'll be covering in this particular video. So first of all let me start with the variables. Okay, what are the variables? Okay, but before that let me first open up my VS Code. Actually I have already done it here. You can see now you have to just create one file, that is 02 variables dot sh. Okay, so we will use .sh extension for creation of file, and I hope you have already installed this VS Code. Actually in our previous video we have covered this part of installation. So now what we have to do, you have to just enter this shebang, and then you have to just you are good to go. You can write any command here also, like you variables, you can write here variables. Okay, just save it, and here is the run button. If you run it, maybe it will run. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, so now what we can do, let me tell you about first variables. What are the variables? Okay, so variables is nothing but just like a container. Okay, container which will hold some values. Okay, so variable is nothing but just like a container which will hold some kind of value. It may be integer, it may be a string, it can be your any kind of a value, like it be a decimal value or character value. Okay, so these are the variables. Okay, so what happens actually, like internally, what things happen? Okay, if you are coming from the C++ background, so you might be aware of those things. Like, let me tell you what this. I will open up the paint so that it will be easy to understand for you. Okay, so I will just create a block here. Okay, so what happens if you create a variable? Suppose you create a variable a equal to 10. Okay, so at that time what will happen, a block will be created in memory, and some address will be given to that. Okay, now you will ask me what are the address. So address is nothing but which is used to access those variables. Okay, if you are aware of C++ or Python, then you might be aware of it. But right now just keep in mind that variables are stored at one particular address, so it can be any address. I will just enter like it what we can say, address is in the form of hexadecimal. So you can write anything, like hexadecimal is like a to f, 1 to 9, anything you can like this. Okay, so you can think like this is the address, and this will be the value. You can suppose like it will be 10, and the name of the variable will be a. Okay, so this is the case happens internally if you create a variable in any operating system. Okay, so now we will start with the basic one, like we will create some variables, and we will also learn about some kind of rules which we follows while creating the variables in our shell. Okay, or bash scripting you can say. So here what we will do, I will just create some variables, like I will create name equal to Ayush. Okay, you can write like this, and then what you will need to do, you can also give like age equal to 20, you can say. And now we are good to go. Right now we will just print those variables. So how you can print? Using dollar and the name of the variable, you can easily print the variables. Okay, so just save these variables, and I will run this variable. Okay, so here you can see the variable, the first line, and the second, my name is printed. Okay, so but before moving forward, let me tell you about some of the rules which we follow while creating the variables. Okay, so there are some interesting thing. If you do like this, add a space, so at that time your shell thinks like it's kind of a command, so there should be no any spaces in your variable name in shell scripting, especially or bash scripting. So if you will do so, it will say command not found. Here you can see. So you don't have to give any kind of a space in your variable name. Okay, I hope it's clear to you guys. Let me just create some another variable like pointer. I will create some kind of 9.9. I will give it 8 times. Okay, it's fine. So here I will add echo. My pointer is like this. Maybe a string concatenation will happen there. Pointer. Let me just save, and I will again run this script. So here you can see my pointer is this plus. Okay, if I will not give it, it doesn't affect, I think. Okay, so here you can see my pointer is 9.89. So in this way you can enter the variables and enter the values, assign the value to the variables. So these are basically the user defined variables. Okay, echo, you have to just here to user defined variables. Okay, so this is the, okay, so what if I want to print all those in a same line, like echo name and echo is also I want. Okay, let's do it. I will remove this line, save it. Okay, here you can see the Ayush 20. Okay, so these are the user defined variables. Okay, I hope it is clear to you what are the variables. Now moving forward, we will learn about the sum of what we can say environment variables. Okay, so I will just do a quick Google search for you guys, and I will search for the user not user environment variables. Okay, so environment, we will write that much big spelling, environment variables and shell scripting, and shell scripting. Yeah, here we got it. Okay, so here you can see there are many blocks for on Geeks for Geeks or DigitalOcean. Okay, so let me open this one, Geeks for Geeks. So it's a good website to learn more things. Okay, so here you can see it's loading. Just wait for some time. Okay, so here you can see what are the environment variables. So environment variables, system defined variables, you can see it is given by the shell to use for you guys. Okay, so here you can see the scope of an environment variable and all those things. I will tell you about the scope and all those in the next video. Okay, right now just learn about the environment variables. Okay, so here you can see the name is one of the environment variables, both local and global in the same way. Okay, let me just this. So here you can see, okay, name equal to value. Okay, I will use some different website. Let me use DigitalOcean, not this one. This one looks good. Or I will just do list here because I want the list of the environment variables and shell script we use. So here you can see the not Windows, I want Linux. Okay, here you can see the echo path, display the path, environment variables. Okay, so let me just use some variables here, like I remember some variables like echo shell. If you will use shell and environment variables, keep in mind like it is written always in the capital letter, and here I will just add some text like first environment variable. Okay, and just save it and run it, and here you will see the bin bash. It gives you the name like shell, which shell you are using right now. Okay, if you will do date also, it will give you the information about date. Okay, so just save it and run it from here, and here you can see the, okay, it's not displaying me the date. Why, I don't know. Okay, DATE, it should. Okay, just run this. Okay, I think date is not one environment variable. Let me just quick search for it. Date environment variable Linux. Okay, so here you can see the current environment variables. So there are many articles you can read here, like when you do, we can do like this also. Let me just copy and I will paste it here now, and I will use here now. Okay, just save it and click on run, and here you can see the current date and time, all those things. Okay, so in this way you can use variables, you can assign values, and I hope you got to learn about these user defined variables as well as environment variables. And in the next video also I will tell you some more environment variables. Okay, so I hope you like this particular video guys, and thank you for watching. And if you have any queries, then you can ask in the comment section, and for these all the source code I will be posting on my GitHub repository. I will give the link in the description. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.